Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm so glad you're here with us today because we're about to embark on a fascinating journey into the minds of people who tend to be a bit quieter than most. Whether you consider yourself an introvert, know someone who is, or are just curious about what makes quiet people tick, you're in the right place. Today we're diving deep into the minds of quiet people. You might notice them at a party, sitting off to the side, or maybe they're the ones who prefer a cozy night in with a good book instead of a loud night out. But what's really going on in their heads during those moments of silence? Are they bored, shy, or just uninterested? Or is there something much more complex happening beneath the surface? Now, we all know someone who's a little more reserved, a little less talkative. Maybe it's a friend, a family member, or even you. These are the people who might not always jump into conversations or share their thoughts right away. But that doesn't mean they're not engaged, or that they don't have a lot going on inside. But have you ever wondered what's going on beneath the surface? Quiet people often have incredibly rich inner worlds. Their minds are constantly processing, analyzing, and reflecting on the world around them. They might be thinking about something that happened earlier in the day, planning their next creative project, or simply enjoying the peace that comes with solitude. Sometimes their silence is a sign of deep thought, not disinterest. In this video, we're going to uncover some fascinating psychological insights about our quieter counterparts. We'll explore what science says about introversion and why some people are naturally more reserved. We'll also look at how quiet people process information differently, and why their unique perspective can be a huge asset in both personal and professional settings. We'll debunk some common myths and reveal the hidden strengths that often come with a quieter disposition. For example, did you know that many quiet people are exceptional listeners, creative thinkers, and problem solvers? Their ability to observe and reflect often leads to insights that others might miss. We'll also talk about how being quiet doesn't mean lacking confidence or ambition. It just means they express themselves in different ways. Get ready to be surprised, because some of these facts might just change the way you think about quiet people forever. By the end of this video, you'll have a whole new appreciation for the quiet minds around you, and maybe even for your own. So let's get started and discover what's really going on in their heads. Have you ever noticed how easy it is to talk to a quiet person? That's because they've mastered the art of listening. Quiet individuals are often incredibly attentive, absorbing information like sponges. They're not just waiting for their turn to speak. They're genuinely interested in what you have to say. This makes them amazing friends, confidants, and colleagues. After all, who doesn't want to feel heard and understood? In a world that often values quick responses, quiet people remind us of the power of pause. They're not afraid of silence, in fact, they embrace it. This quiet reflection allows them to process information deeply, weighing different perspectives before forming their own opinions. So, when a quiet person does speak, their words often carry weight and insight. They're not just talking to fill the silence, they're contributing something meaningful. Let's be honest, small talk can be exhausting, and for quiet people it can feel especially draining. They crave authenticity and depth in their interactions. They'd rather have one meaningful conversation than a dozen superficial ones. So, if a quiet person engages you in a deep discussion, consider it a compliment. It means they see you as someone they can connect with on a deeper level. While others might be lost in conversation, quiet people are often taking in the entire scene. They're highly observant, noticing subtle cues and details that others might miss. This keen sense of observation allows them to understand situations from multiple angles. They're the ones who pick up on the unspoken dynamics in a room, the subtle shifts in mood, the little things that make all the difference. Don't mistake their quiet demeanor for a lack of personality. Quiet people often have rich inner worlds filled with vivid imaginations and creative thoughts. They're the writers, the artists, the dreamers who find solace and inspiration in their own company. They're constantly exploring new ideas, reflecting on their experiences, and crafting their own unique perspectives. It's important to remember that being quiet is not the same as being shy or socially anxious. While shyness often stems from a fear of judgment, quietness is simply a personality trait. Quiet people enjoy their own company and don't feel the need to fill every silence with words. They're comfortable in their own skin, and their quietness is a source of strength, not weakness. You know, we often associate leadership with charisma and extroversion, but some of the most effective leaders are those who lead with quiet confidence. Think of figures like Abraham Lincoln or Mahatma Gandhi, both known for their quiet demeanor and thoughtful leadership styles. These individuals demonstrate that true leadership comes from within, from a place of clarity, purpose, and empathy. Just like some people recharge in social settings, quiet people need their alone time to thrive. It's in solitude that they can connect with their inner thoughts, process their emotions, and, really replenish their energy. This doesn't mean they're antisocial, it just means they value their personal space and recognize the importance of self-care. While quiet people might not always be the loudest voices in the room, they often excel in other forms of communication. Many are gifted writers expressing themselves eloquently through the written word. Others might be talented artists, musicians, or dancers, conveying their emotions through creative outlets. Their quietness doesn't limit their ability to communicate. It simply pushes them to find alternative ways to express themselves. In a world that often glorifies extroversion, where being outgoing and outspoken is frequently seen as the gold standard for success and happiness, it can be easy to overlook the quieter voices among us. Society tends to celebrate those who are the loudest in the room, those who command attention with their words and presence. But in this constant buzz of activity and conversation, there are many who find comfort and strength in silence. It's easy to misunderstand or misjudge quiet individuals, assuming that their silence means they are shy, uninterested, or lacking in confidence. But often their quietness is a sign of deep thoughtfulness, a rich inner world, and a unique way of engaging with life. They may be listening more than they speak, noticing details that others miss, and processing the world in their own meaningful way. But it's important to remember that there's strength in silence, wisdom in observation, and power in introspection. Quiet people often possess a calm resilience, an ability to reflect before reacting, and a gift for seeing the bigger picture. Their insights can be profound, their empathy deep, and their presence comforting. In a world that moves quickly, their ability to pause and reflect is a rare and valuable trait. Quiet people remind us to slow down, to listen deeply, and to appreciate the moments between words. They show us that connection doesn't always require constant conversation, and that sometimes the most meaningful exchanges happen in silence. Their ability to be present, to truly hear and understand, is a gift to those around them, and to appreciate the beauty of a quiet mind. In the stillness, creativity can flourish, ideas can take root, and peace can be found. The quiet moments we carve out for ourselves can be just as important as the busy ones, offering space for growth, healing, and self-discovery. So, the next time you encounter someone who's a little quieter, who seems to prefer listening over speaking, or who finds joy in solitude, remember that their quietness is not a flaw, but a different way of being. They may have stories to share, insights to offer, and a depth of character that only reveals itself with patience and understanding. Take the time to get to know them, ask questions, listen with intention, and create space for their voices to be heard. You may find that their perspective enriches your own, and that their quiet strength inspires you in unexpected ways. You might be surprised by what you discover. Sometimes the quietest people have the most profound stories, the deepest wisdom, and the kindest hearts. Embracing quietness, both in ourselves and in others, opens the door to a richer, more compassionate world. So, what about you? Have you ever taken a moment to reflect on the unique qualities that make you, well, you? Sometimes, in a world that seems to celebrate loud voices and bold personalities, it's easy to overlook the quiet strengths that lie within. But those strengths are there, and they're powerful in their own way. Are you someone who identifies as quiet? Maybe you find comfort in solitude, or perhaps you're the type who listens more than you speak. You might be the observer in the room, the one who notices the little things others miss. Or maybe you're the friend who offers thoughtful advice, the creative thinker who comes up with innovative ideas when given space to reflect. There's a quiet power in being able to tune into your own thoughts and feelings, and in being present for others in a gentle, supportive way. What are some of the strengths you've discovered in your own quietness? Maybe you've realized you're a deep thinker, able to process complex ideas and emotions. Perhaps your quiet nature allows you to be more empathetic, picking up on subtle cues and understanding what others are feeling, even when they don't say it out loud. Or maybe your creativity flourishes in moments of stillness, when the world slows down and you can truly connect with your inner self. These are all incredible strengths that deserve to be celebrated. I'd love to hear about your experiences. Share your thoughts and stories in the comments below, whether it's a moment when your quiet nature helped you, or a strength you've discovered that surprised you. Your perspective could inspire someone else who's still learning to appreciate their own quiet superpowers. Let's create a space where we can celebrate the beauty of being quiet together. Thank you so much for joining me on this exploration of quiet personalities. It means a lot to have you here, taking the time to reflect and connect. Remember, being quiet doesn't mean being less, it means you have a different kind of strength, one that's just as valuable and needed in the world. If you enjoyed this video and want to dive deeper into the fascinating world of psychology, there's so much more to discover. From understanding different personality types to learning how to harness your unique strengths, psychology can offer insights that help you grow and thrive, no matter where you fall on the introvert-extrovert spectrum. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss an upload. That way, you'll always be the first to know when new content drops, and you can continue your journey of self-discovery with us. Until next time, stay curious, stay true to yourself, and remember, your quiet superpower is something to be proud of. See you in the next video.